Hello, this is AC. Thank you for joining me today, continuing on our journey of self-love, self-peace, and encouraging ourselves and the world around us. This is an unexpected video. Unfortunately, the verdict in Breonna Taylor's case was an extremely disappointing, disheartening verdict. Unfortunately, at this point, is something we should come to expect. Unfortunately, at this point, it's time for us as a community, Black African American community, to wake up and smell the coffee. There is a complete and total disconnect as it relates to our government officials, to certain political parties, certain people that exist in this world. There's a complete and total disconnect. It's very interesting because I think about the fact that growing up as a kid and dealing with my sexuality and dealing with things, and I think about the majority of the pain I experienced growing up as a kid, the disrespect that I received growing up as a kid, even as I got older as an adult, has occurred with my own community. The Black community, African American community, people that I thought I could consider friends, even family members, being disrespectful towards me. And I think about that level of self-hatred that runs so deep and is so deep-seated within our culture and in our community. But then I think about how ultimately we are here today because, to a certain extent, whether we like it or not, we've turned our backs on each other. I think about the killings that have occurred and continue to occur in Baltimore. I think about the killings that continue to occur in Chicago, the gang killings that occur in California, killings that occur, the black-on-black crime that occurs in Charlotte. We are doing this to ourselves. And a quintessential example of that boils down to Daniel Cameron, the Black Attorney General of Kentucky, who made the decision ultimately in Breonna Taylor's case, a Black man who has more of an interest in his own future than doing what's right for our community. And these are the very reasons why we are where we are today, people. My advice is for you all to wake up and accept what's going on and do what we need to do to make sure we are okay at the end of the day. Because obviously we're dealing with a current administration that's completely inept on one level. On another level, it's completely disconnected from human beings in general. I would make this suggestion because at the end of the day, so many of us bitch and complain about the things that are happening, but we're going to bed, we're getting up the next day, and we're not doing anything. On the lower end of the spectrum, one of the least things that we can do is make sure we're talking to our children, our family members, our nieces and nephews, encouraging them to make sure they're doing the things that they need to do to have a successful future. Having a plan A, having a plan B, having a plan C, having a plan D. All of that. Then on the other level, one of the things that we really need to consider is the fact that money is power. And we have it. We make it. We need to be putting our money back into our communities, strengthening our communities, creating schools, creating banks, creating businesses, doing the things that we need to do to ensure our own future and our own success. We have the capability to do that. But it's so easy for us to want to buy the latest, greatest fashion item, the hottest car, the hottest technology piece. I almost cussed. Our effing community has fallen apart. And it's up to